This is Beyond the Front Door podcast with Lindy and Rhea. We're opening the door to real stories from our community. Business owners, leaders, dreamers, and doers, sharing the journeys that shaped them. Our goal is simple: to support, spotlight, and celebrate the people around us. Come on in.
Everybody ready?
Ready.
Ready. All right. Welcome everyone to Beyond the Front Door podcast with Lindy and Rhea. This is our first episode of 2026. So we did all of 2024, all of 2025. So are we going to call this like our third season, Lindy? Do you suppose?
Yes.
Yeah. And as you all can see, we spend a little time over New Year's updating our studio, and we're really thrilled to have opened up the space a little bit, right?
It looks so we posted a reel of before and after, and someone this morning told me, I didn't realize it was so cluttered. I was like, me neither.
You don't really realize it till you open it up,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh. So yes, I completely agree, because we had that table over here and all the cords and everything. But in our defense, we were first time, podcasters, and
figuring it out.
we were figuring it out. And now we've got and just a quick side note, really quick shout out to Warren over at the Geek Garage.
Yes.
We definitely called him way sooner in the process, so that we didn't fumble so much. And of course, your brother AJ for coming in and helping us finish up
the camera up.
Yeah, I'm doing some things to touch up the office. So thank you to both of them. Anyway, so I am super thrilled to be welcoming back my friend Tammy Cooley, who is just a sweetheart of a person and has a passion for mental health. And we're really glad to have you back on here for a second time. So thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited for season number 3.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. We are too. And then you have a sidekick with you.
I do.
Yes.
One of them, one of
Yeah.
my many assistants. That's an inside joke.
So Tave Jackson,
Yes, ma'am.
correct?
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Very excited. First podcast.
This is your third podcast.
Yeah, appearance.
Oh, good. Yay. So we're going to talk about your new venture, which is
VYVE-LYFE.
VYVE-LYFE. I keep wanting to say VYVE-LYFE, but VYVE-LYFE, and we're super excited to hear about that. But I guess I wonder if you both want to just share briefly, like, your journey around either mental health or physical health, like what kind of got you passionate about the subject?
Let's let Tave talk about that first, because I've already been here and talked a little bit about my jump story.
Yeah.
So
What's yours?
Okay, cool. So I started actually competing in bodybuilding shows back in 2017.
Okay.
Just a friend I met in the gym kind of influenced me. So it was actually my New Year's resolution to drop all my bad habits and just focus on eating right and getting on stage that April. So
I just want to say really quick, that's a really big New Year's resolution.
Yeah,
That is
it
drop
is.
all my bad habits.
I was like, whoa, I got a lot of.
Honestly, it was hard, but I actually did it. And I prepped for a show. I did an 8-week prep, I think, to compete in April. And so I competed that show. I placed first in my class there, and that qualified me for nationals in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So I competed in nationals in Miami that November and ended up getting my pro card. And I'm still to this day the only men's physique pro in the state.
Wow,
And so
congratulations.
I kind of started there and haven't looked back. And I was working at FedEx at the time, and I had got hurt. And so during my recovery, I started doing like online coaching, like meal plans and workout plans and stuff like that. And after I kind of got over the recovery part, I was like, I'm not going back to FedEx. I want to be a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And so I started working at Fitness 307 in 2020, I think, or 21. And yeah, been training ever since. And I'm going into my 15th month of having my own gym. So
Right.
Yeah.
And what's the name of that gym?
Body Benefits by Tave.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is it located?
It's off of Logan and 11th Street.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And one unique service you provide over there is stretching.
Yes, ma'am. Assisted stretching.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Underused.
Yeah,
Something we
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
do
yeah.
enough of.
definitely. And that goes with everybody. Like, I don't
Mhm.
think you could stretch enough, you know.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
get a lot of clients that have like lower back pain and tight hips is only because they don't stretch. And once we start stretching, you know, they become more flexible and
Mhm.
less painful, less sore, and
Mobility.
stiff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how we met.
Exactly.
That's how we met. Remember?
Yes.
Yes, tell us how you met. What is it? You needed mobility?
So we
yeah.
have a mutual friend who got us together to do a class. And the way that it was sold to me, I'll just speak for myself. The way that it was sold to me was it's stretching, right? Because I've quit every diet, every gym thing that I've ever tried in my life. It's been a lifelong thing. And I probably wouldn't have gone if it was sold to me as an exercise class, as a circuit, as something, because that's just not my bag. So we
Yep.
got a group together and we did stretching. And what I didn't know when I got there was that was only about 10 or 15 minutes of it, if you were lucky.
That's so true.
And then the rest of it was circuit exercises that I didn't feel like I was qualified to do. I didn't feel like I was going to be able to do it.
And now she's overqualified.
Yeah. And you have been going because when was that?
Okay, so that was the end of February.
Okay.
And I literally we were just talking about it because it's been 11 months.
I think that's what people need to listen to. It's not an overnight thing.
It's not an overnight thing, and that's the reason why I've struggled my whole life with it. Because
I mean, wouldn't it be awesome if it was?
right? But you know, with the way
But
with the way the internet is today, right? People think you get
People
these
think it is,
instant
yeah.
results, and it's
Mhm.
going to happen so fast. And you know, you hear all the stuff about, well, it's a mindset, and I'm sorry if you've never been in a position where you can put your mindset in that frame. It doesn't happen quickly, right?
Yeah.
And like Tave said, you know, if you're dropping all of your bad habits and you're going to do this new thing, it means a really big commitment. And I was never in a place to make that kind of commitment. Like I'd just fall off in a couple of weeks. But the thing that assisted stretching did for me, that was totally different than anything I had ever tried before. It helped me with that mobility piece. Like it just, you know, gave me a range
Confidence,
it
or-
gave me a range of motion that I didn't have before. It wasn't even confidence because I'd still go into the gym and cry because I can't do the things and stuff.
Sure.
But it was, you know, Tave just kept saying, just keep going, keep
Now
trying.
we were just stretching once a week. It wasn't like anything crazy, you know, just
Sure.
once a week for 20, 30 minutes, and she saw results, you know. Now people are telling her to touch her toes every time they see her because she couldn't before.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't touch my toes, and I didn't have really good balance, and I didn't, you know, there were just a lot of different things. And so over time, you know, it's just been more and more and more. And also, it was really difficult for me to trust somebody to tell me what to do. I don't like to be told what to do. Ask.
That's why it's a love-hate
anybody.
relationship.
I think trainers have to put up with that. There's
Yeah, they
sometimes
do.
my trainer, she'll push me to do something and I'm looking at her like, all right, to the moon, Alice. I've had enough of this.
Yeah, we've had some words. And also if you're there at 5:30 or 6:00 in the morning, that's not my prime time. I have resting bitch face. I'm angry. Like I don't want you to tell me what to do.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna sweat and breathe hard. Like it's not pretty, right? It's not.
And I could see how once you become more limber, you know, after stretching, that it does make the process a little bit easier. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're new to going to the gym and you're tight and you're a little rickety and you're trying to do things and then you can't walk the next day,
exactly.
you know, those are the things that keep people from coming back to the
Exactly.
gym. So by doing stretching, I'm sure it makes it a little easier.
Exactly.
Every other time, like if I got sore or something didn't go, I would just quit because I'm like, this doesn't feel good, right? And the things that Tave has taught me about that is sometimes you do have to work through that
Yeah.
and do something a little bit different.
Yes.
And what did you say to me this morning about that?
A lot. But sometimes you do have to make yourself uncomfortable, you know, in order to get
discomfort.
to that. Exactly. In order to get to that next level. So, yeah, you're not supposed to be comfortable. If it feels comfortable, you're probably not
You're not
doing it
trying
right.
hard
Yeah,
enough.
exactly.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Well, and we've talked a lot about, I say we because there's a group of us, but we've talked a lot about how especially women and people that have a lot on their plate, it's that message, try harder. But
Mhm.
for me,
Do
it
more.
yeah,
Mhm.
and for me it was exactly the opposite. It wasn't necessarily about trying the same things harder. It was about doing something different
Mhm.
and then trusting a process that
Mhm.
I'd never been able to trust before because I didn't know how.
Mhm.
And when you're my age and you've raised some kids and you've done some things, you're supposed to know a thing or two, and it's uncomfortable to sit
Mhm.
back and go, okay, I don't know some things that I need to know. And I've got to let somebody younger, more fit, like let the list go on, right? Somebody that's better at this than me teach me.
Mhm.
And it's humbling. And so I have worked through that process over the last 11 months, and it's still a daily kind of, I have to talk myself into it because willpower and motivation isn't
Aren't enough.
enough. That's just not a thing because I don't feel like it most days. I was late today. But the point for me was that I still showed
You
up.
still showed up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part. Is walking through the door
Just
is
go.
the
Yeah.
hardest part.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell them how many pounds you've lost
Oh
so
my
far.
gosh. Well, so this year I've lost 42 pounds, but when I started this journey for myself, I weighed over 400 pounds. I let myself get to a place where I was really sad and frustrated and really, really stuck. And I didn't know how I was going to get to, now that was 10 years ago. So
Congratulations.
the
Taking it off and kept it off.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
been a really long process. It wasn't overnight, and I've wanted to quit more times than I've started because I want to quit every day. Let me just be really clear about
And
that.
that's
Yeah.
why it's good to have someone for accountability. Because if
Yes.
she's not there or late, I'm calling.
You're
her.
calling.
Yeah.
Or
Where you
texting,
at?
where you at?
I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just make sure that this is a little closer to you. So
Okay. Oh, you're
there
good.
you go. Yeah.
So that, and having somebody to kind of talk through the difficulty, and be vulnerable,
Mhm.
because I think there's pretty privilege and there's fat shame and there's all kinds of things that happen out in the world, and for me to be able to, one, be comfortable
Mhm.
enough in a place and feel like there was trust and vulnerability to really say, hey, these are the things that I'm struggling with and this is why I quit. This is why I've not gotten to that point where I can make it a lifestyle, that it's just one more thing you have to do, and when it's one more thing you have to do, you find a reason to quit doing those things, right?
For sure.
And so Tave and I would just have conversations during those stretching sessions.
I always say trainers are like counselors too. They are
Literally therapists.
Emotional,
Shout out to my trainer Leanne for that same
What
poor
gym is she
girl.
at?
Oh, I'm at Gold's Gym.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
You do personal training with her?
Yes.
Got you.
Yes.
Got
And
you.
she's a beast.
Oh yeah.
And but there's some days, what I really love, and I'm certain that you guys have had this happen as well. And Lindy, I know you have too, that there's some days. How many days that do you actually go train where you're 100%?
0.
Yeah, not that many. Like it's like you have days where you're 100%, days where you're 80% or 60%, or some days you're lucky you walk through the door. The goal is just to set the habit and the consistency of it. There's sometimes when I go, I don't do full weights. I don't do full everything. Like I lighten it up a little bit, especially, for women. I think it can change a little bit depending on where you're at in the month. So there's sometimes where I'm lucky to be there. I'm lifting the weights. I'm doing the thing. And then there's another week where I can give it my all. I can push the boundaries of how much weight I'm lifting or whatever the case is. And my trainer, thankfully, she can read the tea leaves. Like sometimes I'm just being a baby and she's pushing me. And then other days I really don't have it in me that day. I'm just like, I can't, like, I'm lucky to be here. And my phone is ringing and going, 100 miles an hour. And I'm like, God, I'm so, it's just hard. So I think it's so nice to have an accountability person. And that's what trainers are for.
Exactly.
You listen to all of our hardships.
Exactly. I think 99% of the people that I have, all my clients, just about hire me for that reason, just for
Yeah.
the accountability piece.
Yes, that's what it's about.
So
Yeah.
And the emotional support.
Emotional.
I mean, there's that
Yeah.
there is that piece, you know, because
Yeah.
he said something to me once off the cuff that literally lives rent free in my head now, and you know, it's just like, leave your excuse out the door.
Yeah.
And in the moment, I was just like,
in the nicest way, just
In the
In the
nicest
nicest
way.
way.
In the nice, I mean, in the nicest way. Really, do it. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the way that I've had to train myself to look at it is, you maybe don't, you know, like you saying, kind of, you're talking about how you have to trust this other person with your routine, or that it's going to make a difference with you. And I think, to add on to that, what I've just learned is that doing nothing, you're guaranteed you're not going to get anywhere.
Exactly.
At least if you get up off the couch and go to the gym or do whatever it is that you're going to do, and even if it's 50% effort, even if it's a bad day, even if you arrive late, you went.
Yeah,
It's
you
better
don't
than
even have to
nothing.
go to the gym all the
Just move
time.
your
Just
body.
move.
Just-
Just
Yeah,
go
walk.
outside and walk.
Yes.
You know, just it's simple.
Walking is an underrated
Exactly.
exercise for mental health
Yeah.
and physical health.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's so much to the movement piece, but I found for me, it was a combination of things. It was really finding ways to regulate my nervous system, finding ways to have less stress so that I could have more room to do these things that were hard. And so those were the kinds of conversations that, you know, Tave and I were having. And I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if we could put what I do together with what you do?
yeah.
And
so let's talk about that.
yeah, because there's, you know, we were just talking about how he's hired to do that accountability piece. And there's a whole mindset coaching piece that can happen there. And sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. But also, I was recognizing that the thing that was helping me, the thing that was motivating me, were all of the other things that I had collected over the years and put together into this kind of ritual that I was doing for myself. And, you know, it wasn't big and showy and, you know, lots of fireworks. And it took me, you know, months and months and months to watch the scale start moving again. And that frustration and having to work through it was really hard. I think I probably came in every day and said, still not moving. Nothing's
Stay away
changed.
from the scale. Just
Nothing's
I know.
changing.
Yeah.
throw your scale away.
Yeah. And then if you do step on a body composition scale.
Thank you. Yes. Once a month, not
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. No, I agree. The
Yeah.
daily thing. Although, for somebody that, this is what I'll say, because I think food can be an addiction, right? Like anything else. And so sometimes a daily accountability thing is helpful. It just depends, I think, at where you're at in the process. So for me, there's periods of my life where I can do that. I can go a month and weigh once a month. But if I'm having days where I need a little more accountability with my eating, then I switch to weighing daily. And even though I do understand that the scale moves up and down and you don't have control over it, sometimes it's just the act of doing something to remind myself at the beginning of the day that this is important to me.
Yeah.
So
I think for me, I had to get to the last year very specifically. It's more about feeling good. Like, do I want to look good? Yeah. Lots of things have changed. It's still not perfect. And I still get down on myself about how long it's taking. And, you know, I'm still a work in progress, and that's okay. But for me to get through all of the daily stress of life and the things that come your way that you have no idea, that you can't plan for, the foundation is feeling good.
yes.
And
Agree.
not everybody knows how. And I recognized for myself that I wasn't always taught as a child, and specifically as a young adult, how to feel good. I was taught how to do tasks and complete responsibilities and, you know, do all of these things and be busy and be productive. But I wasn't really taught how to feel good in my own skin.
And that's what working out does. Like, it's not just the physical part of it, it's how you feel. I tell all my clients, I want you to leave feeling better than, you know, when you first walked in, you know.
Sometimes
So,
it takes a minute.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll text you like 3 hours later. Okay, I feel great.
I had a
now."
good day.
It's delayed gratification sometimes.
Exactly.
But again, it's a
At least you're
process.
recognizing that later you're like, oh, I actually, that's what you
Yeah,
have to think. Like, I do feel
exactly.
better that I
Yeah.
did that.
And it's
Yeah.
not the same for everybody,
Mm-mm.
you know? And I think that's why, like, a person like me who's, you know, gone through a struggle and it's been a lifelong process, to still be doing it and be committed to it and working on it. And like you said, recognizing that there's a change here.
Yes.
And that's the most important part for me. And luckily or fatally, I don't know, however, but having the experience that I've had in work, and having the partners that I have and the technology that has come my way, being able to sleep better, being able to, you know, just have access to some different things to just help those habits stay and stick.
Well, and what I hear you saying is being intentional about it. Like you do have to make a conscious decision to take care of yourself and to take care of
Yeah.
how you feel. And it's not going to just happen organically like it does in your 20s. Like you can, you know, eat McDonald's and go party that night and wake up at 5 o'clock the next morning and go work out. That has never been actually a part of my world, but I actually feel like that some people could have done that.
Yeah.
But now, you know, and depending where you're at in your life, at the end of the day, no matter what, you still got to be intentional about what you're putting in your body, what you're putting in your mind, and how you're being mobile, you know,
Yeah.
and it really does improve your quality of life. Yeah.
It does. So it's it's exciting to kind of see all of the things coming together, but we, had this idea of putting, physical with more emotional and mental, support.
Mm-hmm.
And, VYVE-LYFE Studios was born. And, we've got things like AccuDetox that can, it's a form of acupuncture, thank you,
Okay.
that is done on the ears to help kind of detoxify your liver, and other systems. It's very non-invasive. It's a 30-minute process, but what it helps people do, I mean, it can help detox from substance. It can also help detox from too much sugar,
Sure.
the things that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But it kind of helps your inside match what you want to do on the outside. So we've got biotuning sound therapy. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
We've got brain training. And the cool thing about those things is, again, when you're making those physical changes, if you're also working on the brain part of it and building new neural pathways, those things stay,
Yeah,
right?
it helps.
It's a new thought process now,
Mhm.
and not something that you have to force yourself to think
Like
about.
you said, forming those habits.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, so how many services total do you provide at VYVE-LYFE Studios?
So we have, now I have to count them.
I heard 8 one time. Is it
It
8
is,
or
I think, because we've got personal training, assisted stretching, nutrition, education, meal planning, AccuDetox,
Lifestyle
the sound
coaching.
therapy?
yeah,
Yeah.
sound therapy, biotuning sound therapy, brain training, and mindset lifestyle coaching.
With massage therapy coming
Coming.
soon.
Massage therapy coming.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
awesome. I will say when you're when you're lifting, and Lindy, I'm curious, do you ever do massage therapy?
I don't like massages.
You don't like massages?
Okay, I'll tell you what kind of massages I like. Just like nice ones. And those aren't the ones I
Not
need.
deep tissue.
No, I hate
So
them.
she does CrossFit
No, I
5
hate
days a
them.
week.
This is
Oh,
why
really?
this is why you need biotuning, Lindy.
So like I'm so tense. I can't even. I've never really liked massages. My husband would get me them as gifts, and I'm like, oh god, okay, I'll do it. But I'm like uncomfortable, and I hate my scapula. Like, I just yeah, where they like do the
Mm-hmm.
what's that called? It's called something. Scraping.
Yes, scraping.
Oh, no, I don't like it. I'm sure my body needs
You
it.
don't like that fascia release?
No.
So what would help her?
Well, it's biotuning. So when you sit in the chair, when you sit in the sound
Yeah,
chair,
we talked about doing this before, but we didn't do it. I need to do it.
One of my favorite clients says that it's the best thing about massage without having to get naked or oily or having anybody touch you. You get all of that feeling of relief and, well, what's it like for you? You've done it.
Like she said, I just honestly go to sleep. She tells me when to wake up, and I feel.
So explain it a little more. Like, you're sitting in a chair. Is the chair like vibrate?
Yes, the chair vibrates. So you put on noise canceling headphones and a sound plays through the headphones, but it also vibrates through the chair from head to toe. And it works along the meridian of your body. And so it helps your entire system. So when you're listening to the sound, your cells are also feeling the sound.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And over time has actually been shown to change cells. So it's how it helps your body get into homeostasis and to repair itself.
I feel like this is like perfect because I mean, and I don't know if it's on everyone else's social media feed, maybe just mine because maybe I need it, but it's coming up a lot with the listening to the sounds to
frequency,
like help regulate your anxiety and your stress in your body and tenseness and all that. And it sounds like then you also add a chair.
Yeah, so the chair is actually designed by NASA.
Oh.
It's a lounge chair, so you lay back at near zero gravity, so as close to zero gravity as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
It takes all the pressure off your body.
I have that in my bed. Also recommend.
Yeah.
Sleep Number bed does zero gravity.
Yes,
it is. Feels so good.
It takes all the pressure off. So now you're there. I also offer a blanket and a mask so that you're a little more sensory deprived. You don't get cold and all of those things. But once you're laying there, you're listening.
That's what I'm thinking of in a massage. I'm cold. This is weird. Does anyone else think it's weird that people just rub your body and you don't know them? Like, this is what my brain is going. I can't relax.
And so what the sound does is it takes you away from that, and it almost forces you to go on a different journey. Your thoughts are still going to be there, but the sound, because it's a specific frequency, takes you to this place where you're forced to relax. And like Tave said, most people literally fall asleep or get near sleep. It's so relaxing. And so the really cool thing about the biotuning sound therapy is you can come in, you can have that experience in the chair, but because we're all energy bodies and everybody has a frequency, what is super helpful is that we find your body's frequency, program it into a sound, and then you have it at home and you listen every day.
Okay.
So you listen to your sound and your body goes, oh, hey, that's me. I don't have to be in fight or flight. I don't have to be stressed out right now. I can just calm down. And so what happens in REM sleep, right? That's what's replicated. What happens in REM sleep is your body dumps out all the stuff you don't need for that day anymore, the things that you don't need to carry into the next day. And gives you a trigger and says, hey, it's time to repair. But what happens is we get so stressed, our allostatic load is so high, even though our bodies are designed to react to stress, when there's too much of it, then all of our other systems go off whack, right? That's why you start getting inflammation. That's why you start getting headaches. It's why you start having stomach aches or anxiety or depression or whatever it is, because your body has too much stress. So we just help you kind of calm that down and build new neural pathways to new habits.
So it kind of sounds like your studio is like an all-inclusive, being intentional about self-care.
I like to call it an integrative wellness studio because it is very intentional about self-care, but self-care is so overused.
Yeah. Sure.
And a lot of times, and I'm saying this from my position as a busy woman, sometimes that is the last thing we have time for. Well, you're thinking,
I don't have time to go relax.
Yeah, because
like that's the other thing is I have all these things, but you want me to go lay there and just like stop and
relax and do
and
nothing.
I'm like thinking about what I have to do, and so
and it's
when it's over,
right? And again, it goes back to that. It's just one more thing to do. So for me, the thing that shifted that was being able to open up space and have room to be able to take care of myself in the way that I needed to. And it goes back to the whole put your own oxygen mask on before you help the
Help other
person next to
people.
you.
Yeah.
You got to do that. Nobody else can do it for you. Right.
Mhm.
And even if you're like me, if somebody else is trying to force you to do it, you're not going to want to.
Mhm.
So you find little ways to open up space in your day so that you can do the things that actually matter the most for you. And then it's not one more thing.
Yeah.
And it just becomes part of your lifestyle.
Creating that habit.
Yeah, the habit. So the other thing too about what you're saying, and the thing that helps me stick to routine is habit stacking. So so for example, um, if I'm going to, so I'll give you the example when it comes to working out. My trainer, I work out with her 2 times a week, and then I go on my own 1 time a week. Well, I like the accountability. And so what we've done is she also teaches spin a couple days a week. So what I do is I go to one of her spin classes that in my head, it's still accountability because she's there waiting for me. And then I habit stack because I add the lifting onto the spin class. So when I'm either before I go to spin or after
Mhm.
I lift and I actually do that 2 days a week. So I end up going a total of 4 days a week. And it's my way of having accountability, being still independent, but habit stacking. Or if I go out walking on a weekend, I have weights at home. So as soon as I get done walking, I'll quick do some weights, even if it's just 15 minutes worth when I get home. And again, that habit stacking. So her and I have been talking a lot about that. And I think it's in the One Habit book, whatever that's called.
Atomic habits.
Atomic Habits. Yes, they talk about habit stacking. So what I kind of feel like what's going on with you guys as well is then you can kind of do that if you can integrate it into your day and maybe accomplish a couple things while they're at your studio. Then that
Is
that
that
kind of
where
makes
the
sense.
business? That's where VYVE is too. It's
Mhm.
where
It's
in
where
part of that.
it's part of
Yeah,
that.
that's perfect. You can go work out, then go. What do you do? Work out and then sit in the chair, or sit in the chair.
So it kind of depends on what the client wants. Like, and
I feel
we're
like if I fell asleep, I might not get up and do very well.
so
Right.
and we're also credit based. So say you buy 4 credits. 4 credits. Each service is a
It's a
credit.
credit. That's
And
a
so
cool way
you
to
could
do it.
kind of
Mix and
Mix
match.
and
mix and match, yeah,
Mhm.
whatever you feel the
I
need.
think a lot of people would like that because I think I hear probably like, I'm fine with just CrossFit because I
Yeah,
go
yeah.
and I've been doing this for 12 years. So like it's already like a habit
in your
I do.
life.
But a lot of people have that. Do they want like a membership? Can I get a punch card?
Yeah.
A lot of people, because then you want to come when you can come and maybe use your credits
Yeah.
for the certain
So
services.
we've gone to a complete cash only membership kind of style for that reason. And one of the really cool things that make us different from just regular membership is if you purchase a membership and you can't use all your credits that month, you can give them to somebody you love. You can, give one to your husband, give one to your kids, give one to your best friend. Doesn't matter. We would love to see you every single credit that you buy, but also we know that sometimes things happen, and so you can give them to somebody else without losing
I think
your
that's why
membership.
people like the punch card. Because
Yeah,
if you have a whole family, you're like, my husband and I could go.
yeah,
You could go. Use the punch
Yeah.
or use the credit.
and then like
that.
Tave said, you can mix and match. So if this month you want to do, more stretching, or you really want to sit down and do meal planning, or you want more mindset coaching,
You can kind of be fluid.
you do.
Yeah.
you
So
know.
you're saying some of these things are like standalone services that you just do by yourself, but then like the exercise, just so that I'm thinking maybe people would ask these questions, but the exercise, is it like classes? Is it just one-on-one?
Your
What
choice.
is
So
it?
you could either do one-on-one, which is personal training, or join a group class.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can schedule all that stuff online. So
And is that at your studio or do they go to your place
they
for that?
come to my gym, but the
Okay.
goal is, within a year or two,
It's all
to
together.
have, under
Okay.
one roof, have a
Okay.
gym and different offices to do different services. So
Sure.
yeah.
We
So-
started where we were at with what we have,
Exactly.
and we're kind of bringing it
we've already
together.
agreed.
We have.
You just have to start it.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
you can't
exactly.
wait for it to be perfect in the perfect
Exactly.
building that fits everything and it's all lined up. You just
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
go.
And we just had both signed new leases for the
Oh,
next
yeah.
year, so
Oh.
we're kind of stuck for at least a
Yeah.
year. So
Or it gives us an opportunity to really work out the bugs and find out
Exactly.
what people are really wanting, what works and what doesn't. So that
Sure.
when we get to the next phase, we have a really good, solid vision of what works. And I think it's going to be really exciting because there's so much that's happening right now out in the world. You know, clinics are moving, your doctor's offices, your dentists, your mental health professionals are moving to cash pay.
My brother-in-law just moved. He's a physical therapist. That's what they're doing.
Yeah,
He's
there's-
moved to a new company and it's cash pay.
There's so many clinics doing it for all kinds of different reasons. But you're finding more of that. And I was just listening to another podcast the other day where they were talking about how you're going to start seeing, especially in 2026, people are really looking for connection because we're so disconnected with phones and the internet and those kinds
And the
of
pandemic
things.
really,
Didn't help it.
no.
It really didn't. And, now we have a whole new generation of kids who are growing up without the kind of connection that I had when I was a kid. We all went outside and played with each other. And, we learned social skills by talking to each other and being in close physical proximity. And they're not doing that outside of school as much anymore. And even at school, things are a little more disconnected. So you're going to see a whole new group of services popping up, and one of them that they talked about on that particular podcast, things like a professional walker, so you can pay somebody to walk with you,
I've seen that.
right?
I've seen that.
And
Yeah.
they've got things like professional cuddlers. Like if you don't have friends and you don't have a social connection, you can go and you can pay somebody put their arm around you and have that close physical contact that's not
I've seen
sexual,
that on like a
but
reality show.
right, but
it was
it's
like something like
yeah,
that.
but it's real. And so the big vision that we have for VYVE-LYFE Studios is that it's an opportunity to bring like-minded people together to do things that will help them feel better, but also for them to have a way to find their tribe so that they can
Support,
connect
yeah.
and they can have support and they can do things as groups, they can do things as individuals, but that, eventually there's going to be things that they can do together at the studio in a different way, events, food, that kind of thing. We're just getting started though, so we're really excited about how it's going and what the possibilities are.
It does sound. I think we are kind of moving
I
towards.
like it. It sounds different than anything else. Like it's
Exactly.
like a holistic,
It's
like health
proactive.
approach.
Yeah.
Like
It's being
looking at
proactive.
everything, not just your physical health, like all of it.
Yeah. And the other thing that I love about it is that it's not pressured. Like if you don't want to do physical fitness and that's not your jam, you don't have to. There aren't things that we're going to say you have to do XYZ. We give you a whole menu of options and say, what is it that you want to do to feel better? What are the things that are resonating with you? What are the things that might feel good to you? And then you can try them. You can try them and you don't ever have to do it again if you don't want to. But like with biotuning, I very rarely run into somebody that says that didn't do
like it.
anything for me.
Yeah.
And even if the only thing that it does is relax you enough to sleep better, just that alone will change so many things that you're not even aware of right now.
you have to give it time to, let it do what it does.
That's the other thing
with
is,
your
again,
body.
with like the fix, we want it
Yeah,
like now.
exactly.
And we try things once, like that
Exactly.
didn't work. It's like, well, it's not going to just work one time.
you got to be consistent. You have to be consistent with it.
Consistent. All that
Yeah.
word. Yeah.
Happy New Year.
I think, yes, I completely agree that the healthcare system in general seems to be moving to a more prevention-based, proactive approach as opposed to that reactive deal with diseases and things as they come. The goal really is to not land there, to not be in the
Exactly.
doctor's office dealing with a chronic disease of some kind. And I'm not, there's some things that just can't be avoided,
Yeah.
but there's some things that can be.
Yeah.
Lifestyle
Yeah.
choices are a big deal.
It is a
So-
big deal. And the thing that's really awesome about what we're doing is it's not mutually exclusive with other clinical therapies. You can still see your doctor, right?
Mhm.
We encourage that if you
Yes,
need
of
to.
course.
You can still go to therapy. We encourage that if you need to. It's not a replacement, and it's not if you're doing this, you can't do that. It's just having more tools in your toolbox to get to a place where you're feeling better. That is just, I think I'll probably say that till I die now, because feeling good is the thing
Mhm.
that is the actual work. If you're doing work, if you're working out, you're doing it for all the reasons that you're doing it. But at the end of the day, right, you want to feel good. I don't think I've ever met a person that says, yeah, I really enjoy my depression. I
Yeah.
really enjoy laying in
Feeling
bed,
bloated.
feeling, right? I really enjoy this.
Right.
And so, I think if you can get to a place where you have options to do multiple things, then you're not going to get bored. So I've switched some of my vocabulary, because routine for me is like the antithesis of what I want to do. It feels boring. I don't want to be bored. I'm
Mhm.
bored enough. So I do rituals.
Oh.
And that's not, that doesn't land for everybody. Some people are very scripted and we need the structure. But I'm more of a free spirit. And I want to be able to pick and choose. And if I feel confined, if I feel like I can't pick and choose and it's just this and it has to be this, I am already set up to fail. Because I know at some point I'm going to get bored and it's not going to go that way.
Sure.
So I wanted something that someone like me could come in and go, let me see if that will work.
Mhm.
Let me try it on. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. And you don't have to do it the same way every day, all the time.
Yeah. So how does membership work? Or how do the credits work? How does that go?
So right now we've got several different membership types, and we're doing founding members. So we have a target. We're trying to get as many people to join as possible, obviously, but we have limited spots for founders. And the really cool thing about that is you'll get a lifetime of discounts. So instead of paying $100 a service, you're paying $64.50 for the lifetime of your membership. So if you keep a membership for a month, great. We hope you keep it for years so that you save that for years. But for $129 a month, you get 2 services of your choice, what you're looking at. And we've got on the website, you can go to VYVE-LYFE.com and you can see all the different packages and memberships that we have. So it starts at $129, it goes all the way up to $516. And you can have up to 8 credits.
How does the fitness portion of that work? Credit, like.
So if you come in and what you're looking for is personal training, then you decide how many times a week you want to do personal training, and we build your membership and your package based on that.
Okay.
So the best way that we have found so far is, if you know what it is that you want, just set up a time to come and see us. There's a package on there for $50 where we sit with you and go over all of your goals, where you're at currently. We tell you everything that we have to offer, and then we work with you to come up with that plan and then send you on your way. There are things that you can try for free. And Tave has graciously said anybody that joins with a membership can come to group classes for free. So that's not an additional charge. So if you join right now, you get group fitness for free.
I mean, that sounds very reasonable considering what a person can pay for a monthly membership to a gym and for nutrition coaching and for, all the things that you're talking about. All those services separately could
really add up.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I just want to say really quickly, you said the website. Can you spell it for them? Because
it's a different
spelled
spelling.
different,
Yeah. It's VYVE-LYFE.
Okay.
Is there a dash in there?
Not
No,
for the
the
website.
website? Okay.
No.
And then where are you located?
We're at 1103 Old Town, down in the basement of the AVI building.
Okay. So kind of off of Powder House and Story there. Yeah, on the corner. Awesome. Well, what was I going to ask? Phone number.
The phone number is 307-316-2018.
Wonderful. Well, I hope all of our listeners come check you out, check out your website, come down and visit with you guys because it's the start of a new year. I was in the gym this morning and there's some, there's new people. I know the Cheyenne has to be full of people that are trying to decide what they want to do and where they want to go and fulfill their new year. So hopefully they come to you guys for your fitness and for the whole thing, the whole package.
We'd love it.
That would be really wonderful. So.
Well, thanks for having us.
Of course. Is there anything you want to cover that we haven't covered? You want to make sure.
I think Miss Tammy over here covered everything.
We have a face off camera today.
Yeah.
She's giving we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. Which question would we're for all of our listeners, especially our regular listeners that know that Lindy and I each ask a question. We're changing it up for this third year. So what do you want to do?
You ask yours and I'll ask the next one.
Okay. So my question for each of you is, what's a leadership lesson that you learned the hard way, but you wouldn't trade for anything? I'm putting you totally on the spot here.
Yeah, a leadership lesson.
Yes.
Man.
Maybe even just a business lesson.
Had a few of those. One that I've learned that I wouldn't trade. I think that for me, in all the different leadership roles that I've had over my lifetime, I think it comes down to always being willing to be more of a servant leader, roll up your sleeves, do the work, get in there with them, and not just sit on the sidelines and give marching orders. I think building those kind of relationships with people where they see you doing the work and working with them makes a big difference.
That's what I'd say too. That's what I would say. We all got brilliant leaders here. Good answer.
For me, I would have to say just doing what you say you're gonna do, and
it's a good one.
Standing on business, because at first, like before I got my gym, like I was like doing people a lot of favors, like not charging them and just giving.
Well, you want to help
discounts.
people.
Exactly.
And you, especially when you're like, fitness is part of your life. You're like, I definitely want everyone else to experience this. But then you have to realize you have to make money as well.
So like once I got my own gym, I'm like, I can't do that. If I want to be successful and make some money,
you got to eat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just got to, like I said, you got to stand on business. And
somebody said something to me last week or the week before that kind of made sense, that when you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to kind of lift your business off the ground, in some instances, the free to fee is the way that he put it. And you do it free for a little while to get your feet under you and to help some people and then move. So what you're doing is common for sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my answer. Just
okay.
I said I wasn't gonna do any more discounts or free services.
Yeah.
So I think I've gotten better, but I feel sorry for
there's value. There's value to what you're doing. So
exactly.
it makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then my question is going to be real estate related because we are real estate agents. So we got to have a real estate something in there.
Yeah.
Yes. But this question, our new question is, what does home mean to you at this stage in your life?
Well, I think for me, home is just where I feel the best. And it's not necessarily my house.
Right.
It's with the people that, are my friends and my family. And that feels like home to me, just where I feel good and accepted.
Good.
I guess home to me is where the love is and where I feel most comfortable. I could just be me, don't have to worry about other people's opinion and being judged. I could just, like I said, just be me and
be at peace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what home is to me.
Lindy, where's home for you?
CrossFit Cheyenne. No, literally, that's where I like to go every day.
Don't you see her stories?
Yeah, don't you know? They're like, you saw real estate? I thought you just worked out. I know, that's all I do. Sorry. But no, there's other home places. But I'm saying I get what you guys, I agree. It's where that your people are, where you feel the best, where you feel like encouraged and good. And yeah, that's different places at different times. Like obviously the gym, but also with my family.
I think that was perfect. I was going to add a little humor into mine too and say that I'm in agreement with all of you. Home is where my people are until about 8:30 at night.
Right. And
then home is my physical address.
Rhea's like,
and then she's like, I gotta go to bed.
So it is an actual physical place at some point during the day.
That's true. That's true. I don't want to be there at 9 o'clock at night.
No. Anyway, thank you both for coming on. It was a pleasure. And we're so excited to have you help us start off the new year. So in our new studio.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. And for all of our listeners, as you know, Lindy and I are realtors here at Peak Properties. So if you're looking to buy or sell, we'd love to help you with that. You can find us at sellcheyenne.com. And of course, Beyond the Front Door podcast on YouTube and all the podcast platforms. If you are listening in, please, whatever platform you're listening on, hit the subscribe button so that we know that you're there. And we hope you have a really great day.
Yes. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.